It's Fun and Funky Fresh Fridays. It's Fun and Funky Fresh Fridays. Where I motivate you to be great. But welcome to Fresh Fridays. Last night I took the initiative to post some things in my story regards to abstinence and celibacy, and just to see where everybody was at regarding the topic. I was a little overwhelmed with some of the feedback, like knowing that a lot of people do deal with that, do deal with the understanding of like, okay, I do want to practice it, or I do want to, see if that's the answer to some of my problems, but I just don't know how to, or I just don't see exactly where to even start. I'm gonna start out by saying that, first of all, obviously I'm not a virgin. I got a 6-year-old son. My number is not 3, since, the memes are like, oh, woman's favorite number is just 3. My number is not 3. I'm gonna be brutally honest. And I'm gonna be honest about that. I have also given myself and felt like, dang, you get in these relationships, you give yourself, and at the end, it's like you're left with nothing. It's like you're doing it and you've been filled in with nothing. Some of the questions that I asked was, have you ever felt like you needed to do that? Have you ever felt like man, maybe I should be celibate, maybe I should be abstinent? Have you ever felt like if you had sex with someone that at the end of it you felt, somewhat empty, or you felt that that person took something from you? I'm gonna start out by saying a lot of times we go through a lot of stuff at a young age, meaning that we have sex early, we have daddy, mommy issues, we see things, we're exposed to things, and from that, we are lost as children. And then as we become adults, we're still lost to where we make certain decisions based upon that. Meaning, okay, some of us maybe been raised in a church where we know, like, okay, sex before marriage, maybe we shouldn't do that. Per the Bible, we're not supposed to have sex before marriage. Every man should have their own wife. Every woman should have their own husband, things of that nature. And then some people may look at it just like a spiritual standpoint, where they're just like, I just feel like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right just jumping around from guy to guy, from girl to girl. It's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling. I'm gonna be honest. At some point in your life, sex is not gonna be fulfilling. When, I know it's like this big epidemic where everybody just wanna, live your best life, and, just, at a young age. And I've had sat around of a table with young girls where they like, girl, yeah, I was at his house, and the girls were like hyping each other on and all this stuff. And it's like, what do you get from that? What do you get from just sleeping with people and being in relationship after relationship every 90 days and just giving yourself, giving your all, and not getting nothing in return? Nothing. Meaning, like, you're giving yourself to these people, and at the end of the day, y'all go y'all separate your ways, and then you're back at square one with somebody else, with someone else. And I feel like we all tried it all, or some of us have tried it all. We've backed a person 100%. We supported. We acted like a wife when we wasn't a wife. We acted like a husband when we wasn't a husband. We've basically laid down our life for someone else, right? We went unselfishly and gave ourselves to someone who we were not married to, meaning they didn't have no commitment to us. They didn't have nothing. It was nothing that we had to make them stay. It was no connection, meaning that any day, any point, they could get up and walk away with all that we have given them. I believe that sex is huge in blurring the vision of what their relationship is. I'm the one to say that because I believe I have a calling of my life to speak and talk to people and things of that nature, that sometimes, when men approach me or men are in my DMs or stuff like that, I have to understand that, not everybody who is attracted to you, they think they're like, yeah, I'm attracted to this girl. I want to take her out. I want to get to know this girl. But a lot of times people are attracted to that light within you. So a lot of times they're not purposely, but something with them is attracted to the light that you have, to the void that they need filled. And a lot of times we give ourselves to these people that are suffering from voids from their childhood, or voids that want to feel loved and things of that nature, and then we give ourselves to these people. Then once we give ourselves to that person or these people, we wake up with this emptiness ourselves, like, dang, why I feel like this? Why do I feel like, something was taken from me, and like I wasn't giving nothing back. And I feel like a lot of times we feel that void because we yet to understand our worth. Like, we yet to understand, like, what am I getting from this? A lot of times, we're giving ourselves to these people for these couple of minutes, hours, whatever y'all want to call it, of pleasure. And for it to turn out to be like, dang, like, I've been giving myself to this man for, 2 years, 6 months, 90 days, whatever you want to call it. Or this woman. And, like, I ain't getting nothing back from it. Like, I ain't really, it's like, what did I get from whatever we was doing? I ain't getting nothing. Nothing. I feel that a lot of people answer the question, like, have you ever thought about being celibate? Some people was like, yeah, I've thought about it. I asked, if you was in a relationship with someone and they asked you, like, yeah, I think that celibacy and abstinence is the best thing for me right now. Like, would you do it? And a lot of people said, yes, they would. But this is when it gets tricky. I said, okay, so if someone came to you and said that they wanted, your relationship partner or whoever you're in a relationship with said that they want to be celibate or abstinent, you would agree to be abstinent or celibate with them. You would support it. But if someone came to you, which means that it had to be somewhat on your heart in the first place that you would agree, or you just love that person. You like, you know what? I can see your point of view and you want to make that decision. But some y'all, because from your answers, y'all really had it on your heart from the beginning because you thought about it. Now that somebody is coming to you with the same understanding, now you're like, okay, yeah, I agree. Let's do it. Let's try it. And then I asked, okay, what if that same person came to you and was just like, in the beginning, was just like, you know what? Like, I understand that, people on this abstinence and celibacy thing, but listen, it ain't for me. I want the cooter. I want the Big John. And I'm not with not having sex. Like, I'm not with it. Like, I want it every day, every night, every 5 minutes, whenever you're ready. Like, I'm ready to go. And people are like, a lot of people are like, no, I'm not going to support that. Which still goes back to me, okay, why wouldn't you support it yet 90 days in or whatever, how time frame, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day when y'all fall in love. Y'all agree, y'all are okay with having sex. But yet you don't agree with it if somebody told you in the beginning that, like, yeah, I don't want to be abstinent at all. So if we ever make that decision, like, we're going to break up, like, I'm not with it. Or a celibate. But yet we'll still turn around and give ourselves to someone in the beginning, a couple of days, whatever you want to feel like your time frame is. Listen, it don't matter. You have sex. If it's 90 days, a day, 2 days, a year from now, you still did it. It don't matter. I'm here to tell you, it don't matter. It don't matter. It still goes to the count. Okay. So I feel that. So let's go back. So some people feel that, like, yeah, I'm okay supporting if they tell me that they want to be abstinent to celibate, which means that you somewhat had on your mind. But yet in the beginning, if someone told you the same thing, but oh yeah, no, I'm not with it. If you ever ask me this question, I'm not good. Like I want to have sex. That's what I want. You're like, no, I'm not going to talk to that person. But yet we still turn around and give ourselves to somebody who might not actively tell us, but show us that, that's their objective. Is like, listen, I'm here to have sex. And if you don't want to have it, then maybe we're not going to work. With looking at those numbers, I really was thinking to myself, like, dang, that's crazy that, like, we'll, in our minds, we'll think like, hey, maybe this is what I should do. Maybe this is what I should abstain from. But yet we'll still turn around. We'll still turn around and give ourselves to someone. And in the back of our mind, we're struggling with like, okay, is this real? Is this just lust? Is this going to work out? And I've tried this a million times, meaning like I've given myself to people. I've given chances. I forgave. You did all these things. And the only thing that you didn't change in all these situations is that giving yourself to these people. So all you left with is what you gave to someone versus what you've learned and healed from. And I feel like a lot of times with relationships and things of that nature, and I ask like, like, do you want to be celibate? Like, is that something that you yearn to be? Like, I want to not have sex with someone. I want to wait till I get married, or I really just want to I just really want to separate sex and relationship. Like, I want relationship and sex to be separated to where I can have a relationship with someone without sex. Meaning, like, I can get to know someone. I can love someone genuinely. I can unconditionally. I can understand what my likes and dislikes are. I can understand, like, like Josh said in my video that I posted on my story, like, I can really understand, like, if I can really deal with that person. And I think a lot of times sex blurs the vision of how we view someone. Like, you will just dismiss all types of flaws. You, like, once you give yourself to somebody, it's like you dismiss all type of stuff. You like, that's okay, I can deal with that. And it's like we mentally know, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't forgive this, or maybe I shouldn't, let this slide, or maybe I shouldn't allow this. But in the back of our mind, we don't understand that those reasonings why we're accepting certain things is because of the connection that we now have or made with that person. And that is a terrible thing to have, like, to be. So sorry, y'all, I stay back close by an airport, so they got a little jet plane, so they decided to fly by right now, early in the morning. But anyways, we have to understand that a lot of times we forgive these people, or we let go of certain things because of that connection that we made with them in the bed. And a lot of times we're yearning for something, right? We're yearning for something, and we think that, this person is gonna give it to us. And not saying that everybody lays down with somebody because they're looking for love, but a lot of times we lay down with someone thinking that we're possibly going to get something out of it. Meaning that, in the back of our mind, we're thinking like, this may work out. Now, there's some guys that, I'm not going to lie, some women like, listen, if this don't work out, I'm going to go on to the next, and there ain't no problem, there ain't no biggie. But I still feel that they feel that type of way for a specific reason. There's no reason that someone is going to lay down with someone, have sex with them, open their legs, pull out their, and feel as if, it's nothing. I'm going to move on to the next, like, tomorrow. If you're like that internally you're dealing with something that you have not realized yet. And internally you're feeling a void that you haven't realized that you're trying to fill with sex. You're not understanding that you're around here damaging other people who already possibly damaged because of your inability to see that you're broken yourself. I feel like this generation is a lot of broken people trying to fill each other voids with brokenness. And that's scary. That's scary. So you got a lot of broken people taken from each other. To where once Ashley do find Mr. Right, or once Mr. Right do find Ashley, it's like, what do we have left to give to each other? Because all we've given, everything that we have been, it was just like it's almost like a piece of bread. And you're like, everybody's hungry and all that stuff. And you like, well, this piece of bread, technically it's a lot of piece of bread. A lot of people got a piece of bread. I'm using piece of bread as an analogy. I have no idea why. But it's a lot of piece of bread out here. And it's like, okay, everybody, this person come to you and just like, hey, can I get a piece of your bread? I got a piece of bread too, but this is all I have. This is what I have left of a piece of bread, and this is what you have. I got some shit to tell you about, and I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. So you have people, right? It's a lot of piece of bread out here, right? So then you got somebody that's coming to you, right? And let's say it's in the beginning. So this is you whole, and you're like, this is me. I'm whole. This piece of bread is for someone special, and I know that this piece of bread is for someone special. Then you got Mr. So-and-so over here, and he's like, hey, I really like you. I want to get to know you, blase, blase. And this is your piece of bread. So this is Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, like, hey, blase, blase. Y'all get to know each other and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, it turns into something called sex. To where we're whole before, and you break a piece off of that, right? So now this is you, and this is you, and this is this person. In reality, they're thinking that, when two comes together, you become one, y'all whole, whatever, like that. But in this reality, you were whole in the beginning. This person was kind of broken, wasn't sure. And low-key, they're trying to fill the void of the brokenness that they have. In reality, once y'all come together and realize that, sex wasn't the solution, meaning like really didn't know what you were doing in the beginning. You didn't know, you didn't really understand what love was, and the understanding of how love plays into sex and things of that nature. Then this person, on the other hand, they kind of knew a little bit. And not all the times it's like that. Sometimes it's two whole people, and y'all just rip each other a little bit, It's just, y'all just didn't know. But then you have a lot of times right now, you have a lot of this going on, where now it's the person who just got broken, the person who's been broken a lot. And what happened is this person rips from that person. And then all of a sudden, this person who has all this void, thinking that this person was going to feel it. In actuality, they was just ripped again. So now you have broken people, instead of trying to get filled back whole before they attempt to talk to someone else, we just hop in from person to 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 find this love that we lack in actuality for ourselves. Like we're searching other people for, I'll be honestly, for the love that only God can give us at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we're searching for a love that only God can give us. And until you're made whole by yourself, meaning sex is not going to solve the problem. It's not. You're going to continue to feel like you're tearing pieces of yourself until you feel that void, until you feel that emptiness that you have inside, and build that back up to a standard of wholeness. You're going to continue to have pieces broken off of you. And some people said that, I don't believe in soul ties. Quite frankly, I don't really believe in being abstinent or celibate. I think that having sex with someone is perfectly fine. I don't feel like it does anything. It's just sex. Imagine a person like that with a whole person who thought that they were whole and full, and they get with someone who, and they're like, sex is special, that's something that is intimate. You don't do that with everybody. I no longer do it with everybody. I uphold myself with a standard that, like, you know what? I'm tired of breaking my pieces to give to other people. Like, I want to hold that for someone special, like someone who's going to love me unconditionally, someone who is going to lay down their life like I'm going to lay down my life. And you get with someone who's like, sex is sex. It is what it is. Doesn't harm nor heal. And you lay down with someone like that who just don't really understand what they're getting themselves into. Imagine someone like that just breaking off your pieces every time. Every time, that person just who doesn't understand breaking off your pieces. So that's what I mean by, like, understanding, who you are, what you have, and am I saying that celibacy and abstinence is going to solve everybody's problems in their relationships? No, I don't have the answer to that. But what I can say is that it is a lot of people out here who's searching for love in a bed. And I'm here to tell you that it's not you would never find love in your bed. You would never find love in a way to feel like you would never find love while still empty inside, while still broken inside, while still understanding who you are. And why I say that is because a lot of times, we go to find love while we have all this stuff going on inside. And what we're doing is, I'm broken, or I'm hurt, or I'm not happy. But this person is happy. They're super happy. And I get with this person, they just, you're light all of a sudden. You're happy all of a sudden. You're feeling this, I lack the love for myself, but this person's telling me I'm beautiful. Or this person, this girl is, she's treating me like I'm wanted. Or she's treating me like a king, and no one treated me like a king before. So because we lack the understanding of I'm already a king, or we lack the understanding that I'm already beautiful, that we sleep with these people, right? And not saying that that's the main purpose, but we sleep with these people trying to fill the voids that we lack. And the reasoning behind a lot of this is because the action of celibacy and abstinence is not because we just want to clink, and we don't yearn to, that feeling of sex. No, that's not the main reason. It's somebody who seriously understand that, you know what? I've given all my pieces. This is all I have left. And I hate that it took me this far to understand that this was all my pieces and this is all I have left, for me to give it one last time to the wrong person. Now, that's the deep part. To understand that, like, I've given every ounce of me to the wrong person, to the wrong people. And I want to take a stance to say, no longer am I going to break off of what I got left. Because whoever is meant for me is going to love me for whatever I have left. And the thing about it is I'm going to be made whole with whatever I have left. And whoever adds to me, whoever I meet is going to add to me. They're not going to no longer break pieces off of me. They're no longer going to take away, because once we come together, we both will. We're not coming together. I'm half and he's half. We're coming together whole, both with the understanding that I no longer have to break off my pieces. Like, I can finally give myself wholeheartedly to someone that's wholeheartedly going to commit to me and give me 100%. So how do I feel about celibacy and abstinence? I feel like it's a way to wholeness. A lot of us have broken off our pieces a little too much. We only got a little bit left. Let's make sure that little bit of left goes to the right person. As always, thanks for joining Fun and Funky Fresh Fridays, where I motivate you to be great. Bye. I'm sorry. This is almost 30 minutes, but I had a lot to get off my chest. If you like it, please comment. Any questions, please comment. And I would definitely talk back to you guys. See you next Friday. Stay tuned to my story, because more questions to come, more topics to come, and some great things to come. Bye.